kind of fucked up a BBS, and then the game was over at that point. It's just a matter of him actually losing. Let's hope he doesn't do it again. In the top right is NoisE as orange, and in the left position is Action as yellow. Indeed. She does have to make one more game for them, or three more. It could be best of five that goes all the way down to the very end. And if the first two series were indications, apparently it will, because NoisE likes to cut it close. Man, I've mentioned it before, but it bothers me when players do this. And with one of their first 10 or so SCVs, they're already mining the depleted patch. It's like, don't do that. Mine this patch instead. Mining this patch is better, because then you have this patch for longer. And it's a difference of having your full amount of SCVs mining, or having your full amount of SCVs mining just these ones. So you can get a little bit of extra income if you save this mineral patch until you already have a good saturation. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter at all. But it still bothers me when I see players do it. It matters a little. Like, just a little. In the same kind of way of, if I split my workers and put one here, and two here, it's not as good as if I got the perfect split of 4. But everybody shoots for the perfect split of 4, because it's inarguably better. It's just not better by much. In the same way, it's better to not go for that patch initially. It's just not better by much, and this difference is even smaller than the split difference. But it's a difference. Oh, believe me, it is a difference. Alright, so NoisE, obviously not BBSing, getting his factory up. As Action is as well. I think NoisE is a little bit ahead, correct? Yes, NoisE is just a little bit ahead. And can we find a reason why he's a little bit ahead? Apparently, NoisE only made one initial marine and saved the second marine for later, where Action built 2 initial marines. So that's a 50 mineral difference between the two factories, and NoisE is going to be going Vulture first. Interesting. Going to be potentially getting aggressive at the beginning. If his opponent had gone for faster CC, then he might not have that Vulture out, and you can try to make some good things happen by microing Vultures against, against just Marines and SCVs. But since Action has a rather similar time factory and has, since he has a similar time factory and is already producing the first Vulture, probably not going to be able to get too much here. Alright, a little bit of skirmish out in the middle of the map. Both players wanting to get aggressive with first Vulture and a few Marines. Looks like NoisE is going to get the much better end of that one, as he lost his initial Vulture, or he killed off Action's initial Vulture very quickly. Now second Vulture coming in, NoisE realizing that it's very important to focus down the Vulture, more important than it is to focus down the Marine, but can't quite get the second Vulture kill. NoisE did not build a second Vulture, instead getting the machine shop and getting a tank out. So the Vulture, if it gets past the Marine there, might be able to pick off an SCV before that tank gets out, which would be nice. Also slow down the command center. And trying to run away. No, not going to get the final shot off. And actually got one shot off on the tank instead. So, a little bit unfortunate for Action there. That he's not going to be able to get that SCV. Wait, what? Why is everybody talking about fat people? God damn it, now I have to check. Oh. Yeah, I don't care. Alright, cool. So. Still, opening build differences are rather small. Action got his first tank out a little bit slower, so he's getting siege mode a little bit slower. Or should have been getting siege mode a little bit slower. NoisE didn't immediately start it. And both players have their second factories on. Now, NoisE adding a second machine shop. Adding a second machine shop and getting a starport? So, tank drops? I guess? Unless he's doing it so he can get simultaneous mine and speed upgrade, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, if you wanted to go for tank drops, then you would like 2 machine shops so that you can produce some tanks at home and some tanks out. But no, he's just going to make vultures. And will it be for simultaneous upgrades? Yeah. Alright. Throwing down the extra machine shop just to get the speed upgrade out a little bit faster. Well, if he waits until speed is done before moving up the first dropship, we can see whether it will make a difference or not. As speed should finish before the first dropship is out and dropping in Action's base. Alright. Well, NoisE... It's kind of surprising me with his build here. He's moving out with his first 4 vultures instead of just using the dropship. I mean, dropship's almost done now. He could be making 4 more, but he's not. So I'm not sure why it was necessary to move out the first 4 vultures and lose one. Maybe he really is going for tank drop. Man, for all the things that I completely understood what NoisE was doing before, now I do not know what NoisE is doing, because he's just delaying the drop whenever that does come. Alright. So, that's the first armory for Action. NoisE already has his armory and already has +1 significantly on the way. Upgrade advantage, so key in this matchup. It's a pretty big advantage for NoisE if he's getting it first. Where's the first dropship? Oh, there we go. First 2 drops are coming in, and this is going to be a pretty sizable drop, going with the double tank drop. But at the same time, it's leaving himself vulnerable, as Action is just attacking up the center now. NoisE only has 3 tanks to defend here, which won't be enough against Action's forces. Action even bringing some SCVs along to try to help out. Meanwhile, NoisE going in to drop tanks, dropping them on this high ground to attack the SCVs from the top. SCVs won't be able to drill into the tanks unless they go all the way around. And these 4 tanks are trying to defend now, but Action sent in all the vultures and SCVs, but it sent back the tanks. So the SCVs and vultures got slaughtered. Vulture drop up at the top, but the vulture drop at the top is easy to contain. It's really this drop from the tanks that's going to be doing the damage. Right now, 6 SCV kills combined between them. A Wraith out to help out a little bit, and mine hit. Big mine hit. Hitting every unit that was there with the exception of this tank. And that drop will be cleaned up. Does Action still have that big tank force? It's kind of. It's not as big as it was before. So he's really, well, at the same time, NoisE is loading up again. If NoisE loads up again, it might give Action another opportunity to try to attack where NoisE is out of his base, as NoisE is building yet more dropships. Alright. So, this time dropping the tanks in the more conventional location up here, where there's no way for his opponents to actually get back to him. And there's still a Wraith that's going to be annoying, but excuse me, not potentially, but rather easily, the siege tank should be able to focus down the armory. It looks like NoisE is focus firing it, or at least trying to, but it's not going to be in time. No, and he can't even get this tank. So it's on fire. Will Action notice that that's burning? If he allows his +1 to not finish, that would be huge. NoisE needs to realize that that doesn't have too much health left. Get the repair on it pretty quickly here. NoisE's +1 is done. Nice upgrade for him. Under 100. And falling. Looks like NoisE is continuing to attack, though. Oh, he does have the repair on it, but if the siege tanks move a little bit farther forward, they'll still be able to hit it. Now dropping Goliaths. Oh, no one lose that dropship. Dropping Goliaths and tanks on the high ground. These Wraiths do not have, do not have cloak. So the Goliaths on the high ground now are going to be good enough to keep the Wraiths off. The tanks, on the other hand, are getting pelted by Action's tanks. Action is in good position to defend against this. For whatever reason, NoisE is dropping his tanks really far back here, which allows Action to have vision from this high ground here and attack over. Where if they were done in the more locational or more traditional location down here, then tanks on this high ground would be a moot point. Anyway, he did lose the armory, so that's what matters. Action going to have to rebuild that. Is that what this SCV is doing? Indeed it is. But that +1 is so late now. And NoisE isn't getting +2, but presumably it will be much faster than Action +2 as well. Ooh. Almost getting a hit on that tank. If the mine hadn't taken damage initially, definitely would have. Now more dropships loaded up. It looks like 5 tanks, 2 Goliaths are going to be dropping over on this high ground. This natural is under siege from 2 different directions, and 5 tanks are going to be rather hard for Action to get rid of. He's going to try to lay mines, focusing on the mine with the Goliath. Yes, going to be able to take him out. Does lose 2 tanks and Goliath in the process, but he's still alive, still kicking, and doing a whole mess of damage to Action's natural. Action pulling back with a lot of his tanks to deal with this drop harass. And that refinery is going to be lost even. Man, Action really feeling the heat here from NoisE. Looks like he's queuing up a lot of vultures and tanks, letting the macro slip a little bit. He does have an expansion up here, so he's still on 2 mining bases. But it's only 2. As NoisE, man, NoisE really likes this map, because he's just really good with this drop harass. And drop harass, and drop harass, and drop harass, and drop harass. Alright. Looks like they're going after the expansion this time. Command Center just immediately lifts off, and all the SCVs start to transfer. Probably going to lose... No, does not even lose a dropship. Oh, there we go. Loses a dropship. but only one dropship, and he's forced the SCVs to pull away. Might even get the command center here. Oh, the SCVs transferring back. Oh man, that's a lot of SCV kills, along with the ones he already had, and the ones he's gotten from the natural action. Just in a state of complete disrepair at this point. And the command center is going to be lit on fire. Command center is burning. Looks like Action's going to try to combat this with aggression and try to get... Ew, not going to be able to activate the mines. But try to get something going. It's only 8 tanks. I don't know what he can expect to do against NoisE's reinforcements. Does get a repair on the command center, so that will not be burning down immediately. But NoisE is doing some really strong things here. He still does have these 2 tanks up on the high ground. Should probably move them forward here, so that they might be able to try something. And I don't see Action's tank force anymore. Apparently he has lost it. But NoisE is harassed. This game has just been too good, and now the SCVs are being pulled yet again. And yet again, he's just going to lose a whole bunch of SCVs. Down to just 53 supply. Down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 9 mining SCVs? 10, 11, 12. 12 mining SCVs plus 2 on gas. Pretty bad. Pretty dang bad. Looks like NoisE finally did reposition his tanks and can get a couple shots off on these tanks coming in, do a little bit of damage, but not finish either one of them off. Now, as soon as Action is finally not immediately under siege, NoisE has already loaded up another 4 dropships and is going to go for yet another attack. Ooh, scan on this base. Going to be easy picking for these dropships. Is he going to drop the high ground? Yeah, he's going to drop the high ground. A little bit unnecessary, but whatever. Excuse me. And Action GG's. NoisE is going to tie it up. 1-1.